The biggest bluff of this decade and probably of 2026 also. Now, is the US really ending the war with Iran? If so, if the answer is yes, the world will be probably very happy because everything would get normal, back to normal. Now, this war was supposed to just last for a few days, not more than 7 days. But now it's shaking the global economy, choking the oil routes, and pushing the world closer to something much bigger. And suddenly, the United States says yesterday and probably today in the morning, we are ending the war. We don't want war with Iran. That sounds very good news. Probably for the stock market, probably for the oil markets, for the energy markets. Now, here's the real question. Is this peace or just the calm before something worse probably gonna take place? So what just happened? We're gonna break down in this. Behind the closed door, something big is unfolding. So don't get bluffed by this they are going on a peace deal, shaking the hands, and everything's just normal. It's not gonna happen just overnight, just out of thin air. No. A lot of reports says that US and Iran are working on short and brutal deal on a one-page agreement to stop the war. No grand speeches, no historic handshakes. Just simple terms. Iran slows down nuclear activity, the US eases sanctions, military pressure drops. So these are the simple 3 terms. Sounds clean, right? But wrong, because at the same time, threats are still flying, warships are still just moving around the Strait of Hormuz, over Iran, and even over the Middle East. And nobody fully trusts the other side. Iran is not going to trust the United States, the United States is not going to trust Iran. So it's basically, kind of sounds like a no peace deal, but on the media it sounds a peace deal because the market just to go up on the US side. But on the Iranian side, everything is just back to the same reality. Fighting, bombing, and killing each other. Now, the contradiction here is where it gets really messy. On one hand, we are ending the war, US says. On the other hand, if anything goes wrong, we strike again. That's what the United States says again. Now, that's not peace. That's a loaded gun with the safety half off. Even worse, statements from leaderships have been all over the place. Like, the war is finished, we might escalate, Iran is just defeated, negotiations are just ongoing. That's not a strategy. That's uncertainty disguised as confidence. That's uncertainty disguised as coincidence. Now, why this might be real? If we have to think for a second, just let's be fair here. There are reasons this could be genuine. Honestly, the war gonna stop for the eternity. Economic pressure is just exploding. Economic pressure is just exploding. Oil routes disrupted. Global markets just reacting. Inflation risk is just rising all around the world. Now, military stalemate. Neither side got the clean victory. Neither Iran, neither United States. Now, Iran is still striking back to every weapon, every missile just attacking on Iran. Iran is just retaliating. And the US can't just end it by force. Now, on other side is a political pressure. Wars that drag on destroy the reputations on the other side. Leaders need to exit and win. Now, Donald Trump wants to win this war. That's what he's just keep on repeating from the day one. Oh, we won the war. And Iran says, well, what they're saying is absolutely a lie, because killing one person, a supreme leader of Iran, doesn't mean probably you won the war, because Iran works on a different dimension. Totally, the political dimension is absolutely different. It's not like based on one leader. It's like a spider web. So yes, there is a real incentive to end this war. Now, why this could be a big bluff? Now, the darker side, if we have to look very closer, this wouldn't be the first time announcements comes earlier, reality comes later in this kind of events. Now, here's what screams bluff to me. A temporary deal means not a full peace. A 30 days negotiations window means not a solution. Threats active in the background all the time, 24/7. This looks less like an ending and more like a pause button. Like pause and you just restart again. Now, a strategic pause to regroup, to reposition, to prepare for what comes next, bigger and bigger. That's what the United States has been doing against Iran. And that's the reason it's not trusting the United States anymore, even for 1%. Now, the bigger game behind the curtains is this isn't just about Iran alone. This is about control of the Strait of Hormuz, global energy dominance, power projection in the entire Middle East. Here is the brutal truth, what everyone has to know. Now, wars like this don't end with one document. It's impossible just to have one-page document and the war ends. No, they evolve, they shift, they go quiet, then explode again when the timing is absolutely on the pinpoint right. Bottom line, so is the US really ending the war? And to be honest, my honest answer, my honest bias is it's partially real and partially strategy. The real attempt to stop this bleeding mixed with the pressure, tactics, and uncertainty. This isn't peace. This is controlled de-escalation. And in geopolitics, that can flip back to war in just one heartbeat. Now, so don't fall for the headlines, right? Just so easy. Watch the actions, watch the ships, watch the silence, and watch what's happening behind the door. Because sometimes the most dangerous moments in the war is when you look, it's just ending. In fact, something bigger is getting ready just to explode. For more, just hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and I'll create the more and more insights like this so you can understand much clearer picture. Thank you.